Hello and welcome to another video of what's in our vinyl collection or record collection, where I take 10 random vinyls and talk about them, provide personal feedback, chart positions, whatever. So let's get started. Here's the first one. Okay, the first one is a recent record, well, more recent. It's by a singer-songwriter, uh, producer and model. Her name is Alewia. Alewia. So uh, this record is called Panther in Mode, and it's her first one. So it's, I guess you would say electronic pop, maybe, with blended R&B beats. Yeah, so this is a six song EP or album, whatever you want to call it. Was released in 2021, I believe. And Alewia was born in Saudi Arabia, but she's based out of the UK. So yeah, 2021 debut album, Panther in Mode. Excellent record. She's currently got a record out called Zero, I believe, and it was released just, if it actually is even released, I'm not 100% sure, but her current record is called Zero, and that's being released this year if it's not already. So that's record number one. Record number two is from one of my favorite female artists, Bjork. This is Joga. It's from her third studio album, Homogenic, which was released in September of 1997. This was the first single, which was also released in September of 1997. This is a double LP of remixes. Pretty much the remixes are all of Joga except two. There's All Is Full of Love and Sawed Off. This single, or the album actually, was number 20 in Canada, number 4 in number 4 in the Europe Hot 100, and UK indie charts. It was number 2. The regular UK charts went to number 4, and on the Hot 100 Billboard US, it was number 28. Yeah, so that's Joga by Bjork. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I think I might take off my glasses because there's a bit of a glare. This is by Vivi Brown. This is her fourth studio album. Vivi Brown is a singer-songwriter model from the UK. She released, her first record was very pop sounding, and then her second album, I think it's called Samson and Delilah. I'm not sure. Oh, I can't remember. Anyways, her second album was brilliant. I loved it. It was probably one of my faves of that period. Her fourth studio album is called Am I British Yet? And it was released in October 2023. There was 5 singles. Didn't really make an impact. Metacritic rated it 84 out of 100, which is pretty good, but only 4 reviews. It's a pop indie dance punk record, and it's gatefold. This is what the album looks like. It's very nice. This is the inside. So we got some cool art. And I believe the record itself is red. So let's see if I can get it out here. So yeah, it's like a red vinyl. Really cool. But it's a double LP. It, in my opinion, it's not her greatest, but it's a pretty good album. So again, it's a gatefold, and it's Vivi Brown. Am I British Yet? She had another album just before this that was fantastic. So if you want to check out new music, if you don't know who Vivi Brown is, I recommend her second and third albums, and this one's not so bad either. So Vivi Brown. The next one is one of my favorite groups ever. So New Order. New Order, I loved listening to when I was in my late teens, early adulthood. One of my favorite albums of all time is Substance. So I absolutely love that record. But this comes from their fifth studio album called Technique, which again is an absolute amazing record. This is the first single. It's Fine Time. It came out in November of 1988. It did pretty well in the charts. In the UK, it was number 11. On their indie chart, it was number 1. US Billboard Dance Club Play chart was number 2, and singles sales, dance single sales, was number 3. The remixes are mainly by Steve Silk-Hurley, who's an American club DJ, producer, house music producer. And again, this is the album art. So it's the song is called Fine Time. This is a 12-inch LP of remixes. One of my faves. Absolutely incredible. Favorite group and favorite band. And that album Technique that single's from is extremely amazing. A lot of dance, housey sounds. They really upped the game with that album Technique because they were more alternative-y sounding prior to, but they really blended house music and dance music in that 1988 album Technique. The next one I'm going to talk about is a song originally done by Candy Staton in 1976. This one is by Kim Mazelle. The song is called Young Hearts Run Free. It was from the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack that came out in, I think it was 1997, maybe. It starred Leonardo DiCaprio in it. And this song is Young Hearts Run Free, and it's from Kim Mazelle. The album itself is kind of cool because it's a clear, translucent orange and red vinyl. But yeah, it's very good. The song, Kim Mazelle is actually considered or was credited as one of the first ladies of house music, which I kind of maybe not or disagree with. But anyways, song is fantastic. There's remixes here. Like I said, the original is amazing as well by Candy Staton, but Kim Mazelle's version is quite good as well. The next record I'm going to talk about is by a UK group formed in 1980. They're called Frankie Goes to Hollywood. The lead singer was Holly Johnson, and this was their second and final album. And I think Holly Johnson, the lead singer, left the band to go attempt a solo career, which was semi-successful, but not as successful as the actual Frankie Goes to Hollywood group. This album is called Liverpool. Like I said, it's their second and final album. It came out in 1986. It didn't have much, many singles that impacted the charts. There were 3 singles released from it. One was Rage Hard. The others was Warriors of Wonderland and Watching the Wildlife was the third one. The album cover is that. That's the front and the back. And again, like I said, Frankie Goes to Hollywood had a huge record before this called Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and it spawned the massive hits Relax, The Power of Love, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and Two Tribes. Very huge hits in the 80s. There's a bit of controversial with Relax because the video was very racy at the time. I loved it. But it was very good. If you want to check it out, check out the video for Relax. The uncensored version is really good. And but this specific album was Liverpool from 1986. Next one I'm going to talk about is from an industrial rock band, Nine Inch Nails. When they came out with their debut album back in 88 or 89, what was that called? Pretty Hate Machine. I I absolutely loved it. And they blend a lot of electronic, industrial, rock sound, rock sounds to their LPs. Like I said, Pretty Hate Machine was um, a standout for me. It was one of the best records I've heard in a long, long time. And I was 20 at the time, so I loved it. Um, but since then, they released more in your face rock electronic albums, like the Downward Spiral and Fragile. But this is With Teeth. 3 singles came out of this. Every Day is Exactly the Same, With Teeth, and Only. Um, this album is a double gatefold with some pretty cool art. It includes a lyric book, which looks like this. Just put that down. Kind of looks like this. It's very hard to read the lyrics, but it's, you know, Nine Inch Nails. Whoever they use as an artist is kind of cool. But that's a fold out. And then it also includes, I think this was for a re-release. I'm not 100% sure. But it has a booklet called The Ultimate Resurrection. And it's by David Frickel, who wrote this in February of 2019. So I guess it goes through the process of writing this album and a lot of pictures and images from concerts and other things. So it's very cool, very cool album. It was #1 on Billboard Hot 100, so it did very well on the charts. #3 in the UK, the Euro Billboard 100, it went to #2, and in Canada, it was a #2 record as well. The next album is from, you know, I can't make one of these videos without including her records because I have tons of them, and she is by far my favorite artist. The best-selling female of all time, according to Guinness Book of World Records, between 350, 400 million albums sold worldwide. And the artist is, of course, Madonna. I was a wee teenager when I first heard of her, and I fell in love immediately. This album is her self-titled album, came out in 1983. It spawned 5 singles. The first single came out in 82, and it was Everybody. It was her first charted single. I think it made it to #3 on the Billboard Dance Club charts. Holiday, Lucky Star, Burning Up, Physical Attraction, and Borderline were the other hits that came out of this album. Borderline was her first of 38 top 10 singles. And it was her first top 10. This album, however, made it to several charts around the world. Canada #16, UK #6, UK Dance #8, Billboard Hot 100 #8, Billboard Dance #12, and it actually made the Billboard R&B 100, and it was #20 there. So this album gave Madonna her first of 50 #1 Billboard Dance Club hits, and that was Holiday. So she was definitely setting the bar for pop stars that came after her, female pop stars that came after her. That's the front album cover, back album art. This has been since re-released several times, but this is one of the originals. Really cool. This is what started it all for Madonna. You love her, you hate her, doesn't matter. People still talk about her. As a matter of fact, she recently released her, 15th, 14th studio album, Confessions 2, which just went to #1 on Billboard Hot 100. So she's now got 12 #1 records on that chart, and is, I think, one of the female artists with most #1s. I think Taylor Swift is actually #1. Not a big Taylor Swift fan, but lo and behold, there you go. Next, I'm going to talk about a 12-inch single by another another female artist that is probably not probably, that is one of the most successful female artists of all time. She's, in my opinion, has the greatest voice ever. She's one of my favorite singers, and that's Whitney Houston. This record is a 12-inch record, double 12-inch of her single "My Love Is Your Love," and that's released, her fourth single from the same album of "My Love Is Your Love." This has got remixes by Thunderpuss, Wyclef Jean, Jonathan Peters. Great remixes. I love the original single. I think it was penned by Wyclef Jean. This again, like I said, came from her fourth studio album, which was a massive hit. I think it sold over 10 million copies worldwide. I forgot to mention Madonna's album. Her debut album sold 5 million copies in the US and was probably one of the most successful albums by a female artist at that time. And Madonna's self-titled sold 10 million copies worldwide. Whitney Houston is on par in terms of like record sales with Madonna. Well, not on par, but is right up there. This song, a single, went to number 10 in Canada. It was number 5 in Canada dance charts. Number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 4 on Billboard Hot 100. Number 1 on the Dance Club chart. And number 1 on dance single sales in Billboard as well. Whitney Houston, My Love Is Your Love. Album's fantastic. It was really considered her comeback album. But I don't know where she went, because she was always releasing singles and albums throughout. I think just a lot of people dismissed her because of the personal issues she was going through. Whitney Houston later died, but her music lives on, and I love her music. So if you have a chance to listen to these mixes, please do, and make some comments if you can in the comments below. Anyways, that's the back album art, front album art. Great record, Whitney Houston. So the last record I want to talk about today is by another individual, a great respected artist who also passed away and was one of the biggest artists in the 80s, like Whitney Houston. This artist is Prince, and he did, back in 1989, he did the album soundtrack for the movie Batman, which starred Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, and Vicky, the person who starred as Vicky Vale, I can't remember her name. Anyways, that'll come to me later. But anyways, he did the soundtrack for that album, and it was critically acclaimed. It went to number 1 on Billboard Hot 100. This was the second single from that album. The first one was called Bat Dance, which again was a huge success, and it was a number 1 Billboard song. This is Party Dance, and this again was the second single. This didn't do as well, but it went to number 14 in the UK and number 18 on Billboard's Hot 100. This record can't open because it's still sealed. It's Record Store Day from 2017. The initial record came out in August of 1989. But this is the reissue, Record Store Day 2017. And that's the front. That's the back. It's Prince, one of the biggest selling artists of the 80s. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got for you today. I appreciate you watching. Please put your comments if you can. Like my videos. Subscribe to my channel if you can, if you like what you hear. Yeah, share it. So hope you take care, keep music alive, and stay well.